So today we'll discuss about ANOVA. The full form of ANOVA is analysis of variance. So what it is saying, let us understand the theory part, then I'll give an example, then you can understand. So ANOVA is basically used to find the significance difference among more than two sample means. The first, please look to my slides, the first sentence. It is a statistical technique for examining the significance difference among more than two sample means. More than two sample means, for example, we are going for maybe three different shops. Maybe so three different shops we are going for purchasing a goods or items. Then they are having a three different shop means three sample. Let us say we are going for the three areas. So these are the three samples. So analysis of variance or ANOVA is used. Basically, there is where we go for more than two sample means, and you have to find out whether there is a significant difference or not. Is it clear now? Is it
No,
clear?
sir.
So this has been
No, sir.
developed by R.A. Fisher in 1920. So we should not go in detail. There are two types of ANOVA. One is called one-way ANOVA or one factor ANOVA. Another is called two-way ANOVA, where two or more factors are involved. For your study, we should not go for two-way ANOVA. We should discuss about the one-way ANOVA. What do you mean by one-way ANOVA? What do you mean by one-way ANOVA?
Technique in which there is only one factor.
One factor
The
or
independent.
one independent variable. There is only one factor or one independent variable. In that case, we will go for one way ANOVA. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Everybody? Today I think Vidushi has joined with us. How are you,
Yes,
Vidushi?
sir.
Yes, sir.
After a long time, we cannot see your face, but we can realize your presence here. ठीक है? Please join
Yes,
in this
sir.
class. Okay? Are you not okay? Are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. Now, what
Yeah, sir, I'm comfortable.
Okay, so what we will do that we will take a practical example, then you can understand how ANOVA has been applied. Okay, so let us go to the slide number 2. So this is one of the this is a example that I have given. What has happened? This is the three training methods a company has been used. Let us say a company like ITC. ITC has employed three training methods. Method 1, method 2, method 3. In case of method 1, there are 5 trainees or participant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it clear in method 1? How many people are there? 5 participants are there. In
Five.
case of method 2, how many participants are there?
Five.
5. In case of method 3, how many participants are there?
Six.
So total how many participants are there?
16.
16. Now in case of method 1, what will be the mean? If I calculate the mean,
17.
17. X1 bar we have calculated, that is 17. What will be the mean for the method 2?
21.
Okay. What will be the mean for the method 3?
19.
19. Okay. So now if I take the grand mean, that means mean for the method 1, mean for the method 2, and mean for the method 3. So what will my grand mean or x double bar? What will my grand mean? 17 plus 21 plus 19 divided by 3. Am I right?
Divided
So
by 19.
how much it is coming?
19.
19. So first we have calculated the mean of the each method, then we have calculated the grand mean of the entire method. Is it clear to you guys? This is the step 1. If you in the examination you have been asked that you have to find out is there a significant difference between the three methods or not. So method 1, these are the participants, we calculate the mean. Method 2, these are the 5 participants, we calculate the mean. Method 3 also we calculated the mean. Then after we take the grand mean, which comes to how much it came? Grand
19.
mean 19. Very good. Next step is that when we calculate the analysis of variance, we have to consider two things into consideration. One is called the variance between the columns. If you see the previous slide, I'll explain you. So how many columns are there? One column 1, that is method 1. column 2, that is method 2, column 3, that is method 3. Is it clear? So while you are
Yes.
calculating the you can say the analysis of variance, you have to calculate the mean between the columns. Do you understand what is the first thing? Mean between the columns, or you can say the variance between the columns. Is it clear? So you know, to calculate the variance between the columns, the formula is like this, which I have given in the next slide. So what the variance between the column, we will calculate the formula which is given below. Nj xj minus x double I square divided by k minus 1. That is the formula. Now, you know, to achieve this formula, how will you go ahead? We will put those things in a very tabular form, which will be easier for you. Don't worry. So here in the first, what is the n? In the first case, n is the sample size. What is the first case? Is the sample size is
5.
5. The second case sample size is, the third case sample size is 6.
6.
Now the first case x bar is already we have calculated 17,
17.
21, 19. It's clear? Now the grand x bar for all the cases is 19, 19 and 19. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it clear now? Now the x bar minus x grand bar, or we can say the first of the mean minus the grand mean, तो कितना होगा? X bar is 17 minus 19, that will be in minus 2. Similarly, second case will be 21 minus 19, that is 2. Third case will be 1 minus 19, sorry, 19 minus 19, that is 0. So it is a wrong typing. 1 has been written. This will be 19 minus 19, that is 0. Everybody is clear?
Clear, sir.
Everybody is clear? Now, coming to the next column. The next column is square. So minus 2 row square is equal to 4. 2 row square is equal to 4. 0 row square is equal to 0. Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if we find the, as per the formula, we have to multiply the n. Then if we multiply the n is equal to 5. So 5 into 4 is equal to 20 in the first case. Is it okay? Ansika, Vidushi, is it okay? कुछ दिक्कत हो रहे
I'm
हैं?
trying to understand.
कुछ दिक्कत हो रहा है? आई एम गोइंग,
थोड़ा थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा है सर.
कहाँ पे दिक्कत हो रहा है?
सर एक्चुअली कुछ दिन बाद किए तो थोड़ा सा समझने में दिक्कत हो रहा है, बट हो जाएगा सर. I'll catch
कहाँ
up.
पे दिक्कत हो रहा है? एनी प्रॉब्लम ड्यूरिंग दिस थिंग्स? आई एम गोइंग स्लो ईच एंड ईच प्रोसेस. जैसे फर्स्ट केस में
Okay.
n इंटू एक्स बार माइनस एक्स डबल बार होल स्क्वायर. n कितना है? n यहाँ पे हम लोग का कैलकुलेट किया है 5 ऑलरेडी है एग्जाम प्रॉब्लम में. सो n इंटू स्क्वायर कितना आया है? 4. सो 5 इंटू 4 20. फर्स्ट केस में हो गया 20. इज इट क्लियर? प्रकाश, इज इट क्लियर? आरजू, इज इट क्लियर? एवरीबडी, कोई दिक्कत है? साउंड में कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है क्या?
No, sir.
Now, coming to the second column, coming to the second, you can say n. Second n is also will come to 20. Third n also will come to 0 because 6 into 0 is equal to 0. So this summation of the right hand column कितना होगा? 20 plus 20 plus 0 which is equal to 40. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
if we put the things in the formula, the formula which has been given, this will be 40 divided by 2. How 2 is there? K. K is the sample. यहाँ पे K कितना है? तीनों है. एक 5 है, एक 5 है, एक 6 है. So यहाँ पे K है 3. So 40 divided by K minus 1. K is equal to 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2, which is equal to 20. Is it clear now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
ना किसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? आई एम गिविंग 1 मिनट. जो सी द टेबल एंड लेट मी नो कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, मेरे को बताइए. आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू.
Simple है, sir.
हाँ बताइए. एनीबडी एल्स, कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? प्रकाश, प्रकाश, आर यू देयर? रोहित, Hello, Rohit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
रोहित कुंभकार कहाँ है? Where are you?
Yes, sir. है.
So समझ में आ रहा है? कोई दिक्कत है क्या?
No, sir. No, sir.
So in
Not
this
much.
way, we will calculate the first part, that is called the variance between the column, or we can denote it by small sigma b rho whole square, which I am just scrolling in the mouse. So sigma b square, we calculate the 20. So this is the part 1. Is it clear? Next, the next slide will help to understand this is the variance within the sample. We will calculate the variance within the sample. That is because we have three total sample is how much? Our total sample is how much? Total sample कितना है हम लोग का लिया है?
3.
नहीं, total 3 तो categories of 3 categories of sample, but total sample कितना है हम लोग का?
17.
16. Total sample is 16. Is it clear?
हाँ 6.
So second part में हम लोग क्या करेंगे? The sample का बीच में अगर कोई variance है उसको निकालेंगे. पहला चीज में हम लोग क्या किया? कॉलम का बीच में कोई वेरिएंस है तो उसको निकाला. वेरिएंस बिटवीन द कॉलम्स. फर्स्ट वी कैलकुलेट द वेरिएंस बिटवीन द कॉलम. एंड द सेकंड केस व्हाट वी विल डू? वी विल कैलकुलेट द वेरिएंस विदिन द सैंपल. अगर सैंपल का बीच में कुछ वेरिएंस है then we will calculate. How you will calculate? I have shown in a tabular form. Don't worry. Do not be hurry or worry how this is a big table, but don't worry. In the first case, these are the sample 15, 18, 19, 22, 11. The first case, is it clear?
Yes sir.
First case sample is who are the sample element? 15, 18, 19, 22, 11. Is it clear? Clear?
Yes sir.
Then x bar is how much? 17. All the cases x bar has been 17 already calculated for the sample x bar. So x minus x bar कितना आएगा?
Same.
2, यहाँ पे 1, यहाँ पे 2, 5 minus 6. Is it clear? X minus x bar, is it clear?
Yes sir.
Now x minus x bar whole square कितना आएगा? Minus 2 whole square, 1 whole square, 2 square. So which will come like this? Then you add the x minus x bar whole square, which is comes to how much? 70. सबको ऐड कर लीजिए. 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 25 plus 36 कितना हुआ? 70. Is it clear?
इस मैन से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं कोई डिफरेंस है.
कहां से?
इसमें तो बस n से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करना है. डिफरेंस तो वही
इसमें
है.
नहीं करना है, उसमें नहीं करना है. जो फॉर्मूला है उसमें जाना है. तो इसमें हमको n से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करना है. सो सिंपल स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन जैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो हम लोग ने x माइनस एक्स बार कैलकुलेट किया, फिर x माइनस एक्स बार होल स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट किया, उसके बाद समेशन कर दिया, देन वी गेट 70. इज इट क्लियर नाउ?
यस सर.
एवरीबॉडी इज क्लियर? किसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? आई एम गोइंग वेरी स्लो. निशांत, प्रत्युष भाग गया है, लॉगिन करके भाग गया है.
भागा नहीं सर, एक्चुअली उसका माइक खराब है.
तो कैसे वो समझ, उसको कैसे प्रॉब्लम, मतलब हाउ ही इज एबल टू लिसन द क्लास? कैसे कर रहे हो क्लास में?
सर इफ ही फेसेस एनी प्रॉब्लम ही विल मैसेज इन द चैट.
अरे बाबू कैसे करेंगे वो लोग? अच्छा ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. चलिए ठीक है. तो द समेशन इज कम्स टू 70 इन द फर्स्ट केस ऑफ द सैंपल. देन n minus 1 here what is the n is equal to 5. the sample element is equal to 5. 5 sample है, 15, 18, 19, 22, 11. so n is equal to 5 minus 4 which is equal to 4. so 70 divided by 4. so the first case the variance is 17.5. is it clear?
Yes sir.
Is it clear?
Yes sir.
Then second case, in the second sample training method, if you see the sample mean is 21. Similarly, it has been calculated that, and the summation has been calculated as 62, and n is equal to 5. So 62 divided by 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. So 62 divided by 4, which is equal to 15.5. Could you get this? The second training method. Could you get the variance, sample variance? एनी प्रॉब्लम? अंकित राज पांडे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? अंकित राज पांडे,
नहीं सर, कोई प्रॉब्लम
अच्छा ठीक, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अंशिका, एनी
नहीं
प्रॉब्लम है?
सर।
अंशिका, रघुवंशी, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? अंशिका,
नहीं सर।
अच्छा ठीक है। जहां पे प्रॉब्लम होगा, बिकॉज ये मैथमेटिकल है, इफ यू आर फेसिंग एनी प्रॉब्लम प्लीज स्टॉप मी एट दैट मोमेंट, वी विल डिस्कस अगेन। Similarly, for training method 3, the sample mean is equal to how much is sample mean? Training method
19, sir.
19. So
19.
we will put all these things and we calculate x minus x bar whole square. Then we found x minus x bar whole square is equal to 60. Then n minus 1. Here n is equal to how much?
कहाँ पे सर?
6. Here n is equal to 6 because there are 6 elements: 18, 24, 19, 16, 22, 15. So we have 16 elements. So n is equal to 6. So 6 minus 1, 5. So this becomes 12. Now we calculate the variance of each training method. So in the first training method, the variance is equal to 17.5. The second training method, the variance is equal to 15.5. The third training method, the variance is equal to 12. Is it clear now? Everybody
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Now what you have to do? हाँ बताओ। हाँ बताओ बताओ बताओ।
12 कैसे आया, एक बार फिर से रिपीट करिए।
12 क्या हुआ? जैसे go to the last training method. What is the sample element is 18.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, mean is 19. So 18 minus 19 is equal to minus 1 whole square is equal to 1. I'm just going first one.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। Similarly, the second element is 24. 24 minus 19 is equal to 5. 5 square is equal to 25. Like similarly, it has been calculated for all other elements. Then the summation has been given. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Problem नहीं है?
No, sir.
ठीक है। Now then these are the summation part. Then the totality of these things, when we calculate the simple sample variance of training of method 1, we calculate the sample variance for training method 2, we calculate the sample variance from training method 3. Now if you take the holistic sample variance, then how will you calculate? It is there. It will be 4 divided by 13 into 17 by 5. 4 क्या है? I will explain. 4 divided by 13. Where we will get 4? The formula is n minus 1. N is how much here? 4. Are you able to see my formula? नीचे है, दिखाई दे रहा है सबको?
हाँ सर।
तो n minus 1. तो n यहाँ पे कितना है?
4.
नहीं, n is equal to 5. 5 minus 1. n is equal to 5 है कि नहीं? So n minus 1. n minus 1 से यहाँ पे कितना होगा? 4 आएगा. 5 minus 1. Sir, if I'll face any problem, I'll inform you through. Okay. So here what will happen? N minus 1. So n is equal to 5 minus 1, which is equal to 4. Is it clear? Divided by 13. 13 how will you get 13? The total sample size is कितना है? 16. Total sample size कितना है? 16.
16.
माइनस कितना? वेरिएंट कितना है? कैटेगरी कितना है? 3. So 16 minus 3 is equal to 13. Now you get it?
Yes, sir. Now get it.
4 how will you get? 4 is equal to n minus 1. That is equal to, if the number of sample size is 5, so 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 we get in the numerator. Coming to the denominator, it is the total sample size minus the category of sample. Total sample size is equal to 16 minus how many category? 3 category, because training method 1, training method 2 and training method 3. So there are 3 category. So 16 minus 3 is equal to 13. Is it clear? So 4 divided by 13 into variance. Variance कितना है? 17.5, which we have calculated. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Plus second training method का
Like that.
कितना आएगा? सिमिलरली 4/13 आएगा इनटू वेरिएंस, वेरिएंस आएगा 15.5. इज इट क्लियर नाउ?
यस सर।
yes sir,
प्लस थर्ड ट्रेनिंग मेथड में कितना आएगा, n कितना होगा 6 - 1 दैट इज 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 13 इनटू वेरिएंस ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेट दैट इज 12.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
हाँ बताओ कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है?
ये तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सर, एक्चुअली सर रिवाइज के लिए बोल रहे हैं कि ये सारा पीपीटी अब भेज दिए हैं।
हाँ हाँ, पीपीटी ऑलरेडी इट हैज बीन डाउनलोडेड. दिस सेम प्रॉब्लम आई हैव
Okay,
given in the module in the online portal also, and I am discussing the same problem so that you should not face any problem. ठीक है?
यस, ताकि एग्जाम से पहले एक बार रिवाइज कर सके।
हाँ ठीक है, इफ यू फेस एनी प्रॉब्लम ऑल्सो यू कैन कॉल मी, नॉट एन इशू. ठीक है, सो कितना हुआ उसको सबको, इफ यू ऐड ऑल दिस थिंग्स कितना हुआ, न्यूमरेटर आएगा 192, कैलकुलेट कीजिए, डिनोमिनेटर आएगा 13. इज इट क्लियर?
सर न्यूमरेटर वगैरह नहीं दिख रहा है।
हाँ
उतने
थोड़ा
दूर में
प्रॉब्लम
खत्म हो
है,
गया slide।
स्लाइड में थोड़ा आप कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए ना, उसमें कोई दिक्कत 4 डिवाइड बाय 13 इंटू 17.5 प्लस 4 डिवाइडेड बाय 13 इंटू 15.5 प्लस 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 13 इंटू 12 कितना आया देख लीजिए, कैलकुलेट कीजिए जस्ट 1 सेकेंड. इट विल बी, आप घर में कैलकुलेट करके देख लीजिए, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग, इट विल बी 192 टोटल. इफ वी कैलकुलेट इट विल बी 192. न्यूमरेटर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द न्यूमरेटर पार्ट. इज इट क्लियर?
यस सर।
So it will be 192 divided by denominator will be 13. So if you divide, it will be around 14.769. How much you will get? Calculate कर लीजिए. I will stay for.
हाँ सर, वो नहीं होगा सर, आप बस मेथड बता दीजिए, कैलकुलेशन तो हो जाएगा सर।
कैलकुलेशन हो जाएगा, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. शायद नीचे दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है स्लाइड का नीचे, बट वी कैन कैलकुलेट. न्यूमरेटर विल बी 192 डिवाइडेड बाय डिनोमिनेटर विल बी 13. So 192 divided by 13 it will be 14.769. Is it clear?
हाँ सर।
So this 14.769 is the overall variance within the sample. So this is the variance we calculate within the sample. Is it clear? First
Yes,
case we
sir.
have calculated the variance between the columns, that is sigma b rho square. Now here we calculate the variance within the sample, we denominated sigma w rho square. Is it clear now? So दोनों वेरिएंस को हम लोग ने कैलकुलेट कर लिया. पहला केस में हम लोग ने बिटवीन द कॉलम वेरिएंस कैलकुलेट किया, सेकंड केस में हम लोग ने विद इन द सैंपल जो वेरिएंस है उसको कैलकुलेट कर लिया. इज इट क्लियर नाउ?
यस सर।
Now coming to the third step, what we will do in the third step? एक सेकेंड, थोड़ा आई थिंक पीपीटी का हाँ. Now the third step is that we have to calculate the F ratio. F ratio. In case of ANOVA, we calculate the F ratio. Like in case of hypothesis, we calculate the standardized Z or Z value. Similarly, in case of ANOVA, we calculate the F ratio. Remember, that is known as F ratio, capital F ratio, which is the test statistic. So F ratio we calculate the between the column variance, that is BCV, divided by within the column variance, that is WCV. I am repeating again, BCV stands for between the column variance. Write down. BCV stands for between the column variance. WCV stands for within the column variance. Is it clear?
यस
Everybody?
सर।
Now BCV, how much we have calculated? In the first case we have calculated 20. If you remember BCV, फर्स्ट केस में हम लोग ने 20
Yes, sir.
कैलकुलेट किया कि नहीं किया है? रोकिए.
उधर में 20
तो फर्स्ट केस में यहाँ पे हम लोग को 20 कैलकुलेट किया था.
सर, इसका पहले वाला स्लाइड में
ये
सर।
है 20.
हाँ सर, यहाँ पे
20 हो गया था. सेकंड केस में हम लोग ने कितना कैलकुलेट किया? 769 कैलकुलेट किया. Is it clear? Now
जी सर.
20 divided by 14.769. How much we get? Around 1.354, which is a F ratio. So this is our calculated F value. Is it clear now? So now we have to calculate F ratio और F value हम लोग ने calculate करके हमको मिला है. Is it clear now? Now similarly
Yes,
जैसा हम hypothesis testing करते हैं, similarly हम लोग को इस केस में hypothesis test करना पड़ेगा. What will be our hypothesis in this case? What will be our null hypothesis? What will be our alternate hypothesis in this case? If you take a hypothesis, what will be our hypothesis? If you remember the hypothesis in my last class, null hypothesis में क्या करते हैं? Status Q देते हैं, equal to रहता है null hypothesis में. If you remember, जैसे for example mu is equal to 5, mu is not equal to 5. Similarly, mu is equal to 100, mu is not equal to or less than equal to 100. This is the alternate hypothesis. So in case of null hypothesis, we normally go for the standard or status Q. So in that case, what will be our null hypothesis? There are three training methods: method 1, method 2, method 3. So we are drawing sample from the three population. Is it clear now? There are three training methods. So population for method 1 is different, population for method 2 is different, population for method 3 is different. हम तीनों population से तीनों sample को draw कर रहा है. So what should be our null hypothesis? Mu H0 I have written here. H0 is equal to mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3. Is it clear now?
Yes sir. mu.
That means there is कोई भी ट्रेनिंग मेथड में अंतर नहीं है, सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस नहीं है, सभी ट्रेनिंग मेथड हम लोग का इक्वल है. So if you want to, because normally null hypothesis is considered by taken into the standard deviation, I mean the status Q, जिसमें कि कोई अंतर नहीं है, कोई सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस नहीं है, ऑल आर इक्वल. सो हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं null hypothesis को? H0 which is null hypothesis denoted by H0 is equal to or denoted by mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3. Is it clear?
Yes sir. Clear.
Then alternate hypothesis what will be this? mu1 is not equal to mu2 is not equal to mu3. So हम इसको वर्ड में लिख दिया है कि mu j not all equal. mu j मतलब mu1 mu2 mu3. So I have written as a common format called j. Sorry, j. Is it clear? I repeating again, what is the null hypothesis in this case? Ayush,
mu1 equal to mu3.
why we are taking mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3? Why we are taking? Because there are three training methods: method 1, method 2, method 3. So तीनों ट्रेनिंग मेथड हम कर रहा है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हम एक क्लास ले रहे हैं, दूसरा फैकल्टी क्लास ले रहा है, तीसरा फैकल्टी क्लास ले रहा है, हम लोग का तीनों क्लास लेट उससे है. सो ईच क्लास में अगर हम लोग का कितना इफेक्टिवनेस होता है, ईच क्लास से हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स गॉट अंडरस्टूड फ्रॉम ए पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट, वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट. सो लेट अस से पहले तो हम यू हैव टू फॉर्म द null hypothesis. null hypothesis says that there is no difference. ईच क्लास का जो मीन है, ईच क्लास का जो इफेक्ट, कोई भी इफेक्ट नहीं है. So null hypothesis normally takes into account the status Q or the standard or no difference, no significance, all are equal, like that. Null hypothesis normally form that. Is it clear if you remember my previous class? Is it clear or not?
Yes sir. Clear.
Okay, so null hypothesis is equal to mu1 is equal to mu2. What is mu? Mu is the population mean. Mu1 that means first population of the sample which I have drawn from the training method 1. mu2 is the training method 2. mu3 is the training method 3. Is it clear now? Similarly, for alternate hypothesis, we will form mu1 is not equal to mu2 is not equal to mu3. I have written in that word form mu j not all equal. Is it clear? So now we formulate the null hypothesis, we formulate the alternate hypothesis. Is it clear? Who is not able to understand the formulation of hypothesis? Any question on this? Any question? Any question on this? So should I proceed? Vinita?
फ्यूल वाला पहले वाला क्लास तो हम शुरू से अटेंड नहीं किए थे, इसलिए थोड़ा सा
अच्छा ठीक है, आपने अटेंड नहीं किए थे तो उसको दिक्कत हो रहा है। एनीबॉडी और किसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है समझने से? एनीबॉडी? आई विल एक्सप्लेन, डोंट वरी, आई विल एक्सप्लेन, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड आई विल एक्सप्लेन। Since this is mathematical subject, that's why I am going very slow and you can understand, you can apply in the examination also. Now coming to, and alpha, what is alpha? What is alpha? What is alpha? If you remember alpha, what is alpha? Alpha is the level of significance. If you remember my hypothesis testing, what is called alpha is known as the level of significance. What do you mean by level of significance? Ankit Raj, level of
सर
significance.
रिस्क
हाँ बताओ, what do you mean by level of significance?
सर लेवल ऑफ रिस्क
Level of risk that a researcher can take. So in this case, I can take 5% of my risk. So my level of significance is 5%. So if I assume that my level of significance is 5%, which is equal to 0.05, because 5% will be 5 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.05. So in this case, if our level of significance is 0.05, and in this case there will be another terminology called degree of freedom, which is denoted by df, degree of freedom. What is degree of freedom? I will explain you. Please write down one sentence. Degree of freedom, write down degree of freedom is defined as the number of value.
Sir, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute.
हाँ लिखिए, मैं I'll explain you. Degree of freedom is defined as the number of value that we can take or we can choose or take freely.
Sir, pardon once more.
हाँ, degree of freedom is defined as the number of value that we can choose or take freely. Is it clear? What is that?
यस सर
What is that? Let us explain. Let us say there is a let us say a plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18. Write down a plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18. Let us see, there are two samples. Let us say one sample is a, another sample is b, divided by 2 is equal to 18. Is it clear? A plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18. Have you written? Simple, simple thing.
18.
A plus
Yes,
b
sir.
divided by 2 is equal to 18. Have you written? Now,
Yes, sir.
if a plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18, then a plus b will be how much?
18.
यस सर
If
18.
a plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18. Clear?
18, 30.
18, 1 8,
36.
1 8. Then a plus b is equal to
30.
36
36. इसका मतलब अगर हम a और b दो सैंपल को लेना है, and the summation will be 36. Clear? So that if we divide by 2, the mean will be 18. Clear?
यस सर
Now,
Yes.
let us say I take a as a 10. If I take a as a 10, then what will be the value of b?
26.
26. That means I am getting one freedom. I am choosing one element only. अगर हम 10 दे रहा
Yes.
है, if I am taking a as a 10, then for b there is one option, that is 26. so that the total will be
26.
36. And if I divide it by 2, it will be 18. Am I clear?
Clear, sir.
If I giving A as a 12, then what will be the value of B?
24.
20.
24. If I give A as a 30, if I give A as a 24, what will be the value of B?
12.
12. That means if I am keeping one sample as a constant, I have only one sample to be given. So my freedom, I can give only one freedom. I do not have any other freedom. Agar if I am putting A as a 10, then definitely B will be 26. There is no other option. I have to put only 26. इसलिए मेरा freedom of choosing a number is only one. So in this case, there are two sample A and B. There are two sample, but my degrees of freedom or my freedom of choosing a sample is equal to 1. So दो sample अगर होता है उसका जगह में मेरा degree of freedom होता है 1. Is it clear now? ना किसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? किसको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम?
सर अगर डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम 2 रहेगा तो हम लोग अपने से कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, तो सर वो मीन आएगा नहीं तब?
डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम क्या बोल रहा है? व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम? आई कैन चूज फ्रीली. मैं कोई भी वैल्यू को फ्रीली चूज कर सकता हूं. ठीक है. डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम क्या बोल रहा है कि दिस इज डिफाइंड एज द वैल्यू व्हिच आई कैन चूज फ्रीली. लेट अस से मेरा पास दो सैंपल है, ए और बी दो सैंपल है. उसका मीन अगर हम निकालते हैं, सो ए प्लस बी डिवाइड बाई 2 इज इक्वल टू 18. That means if a plus b divided by 2 is equal to 18, that means a plus b is equal to 36. Is it clear now? Is it clear, Rohit?
Yes sir.
So if a plus b is equal to 36, let us say I am giving one value, that is a as a 10. So how much I should give b?
26.
26.
26. That means I have only one option, I have only one choice for the b.
Yes sir.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
clear? So when my sample is 2, I have the choice or the degrees of freedom is 1 for me in this case. This simple example in this case. Is it clear? Is it clear?
क्या बोले सर? Repeat.
Agar in this case,
Repeat.
what are my number of sample? My number of sample is 2. Here I am taking two sample, A and
Number.
B. Here I am
Yes,
taking
sir.
two sample, A and B. So if I have number is 2, what is my degree of freedom? Is 1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now? If my number of sample is 3, what will be my degree of freedom? 2.
2.
If number of sample is 4, the degree of freedom will be 3. That means degrees of freedom is defined as n minus 1. n is the sample size minus 1. So sample size जितना होगा उसमें minus 1 करने से we will get degree of freedom. So degrees of freedom can be calculated as n minus 1. Is it clear now?
Clear, sir.
Everybody is
Sir.
clear?
सर एक
हाँ,
सर, जैसे कि डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम
Yes.
हाँ पूछो पूछो.
सर जैसे डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम 2 रहे
हाँ
और सैंपल साइज 3 है ना सर,
3 होगा. डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम अगर 2 होगा, सैंपल साइज 3 होगा, बिकॉज 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Degree of freedom is calculated as formula n minus 1.
बट सर इफ द मीन इज इफ द दैट टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ ए बी सी इज 36.
Now we have
And
taken
A
two
is
sample for simple calculation and understanding. I have taken two sample, very easy ways of understanding. I have taken two sample A and B. Is it clear?
Yes sir.
Clear? So if I have taken more sample, then my degree of freedom will be n minus 1. So I have taken a small sample to make you understand. But if I am taking more sample, or if my n size is more, then my degree of freedom will be n minus 1. Is it clear now? Coming to our example, in this case, here we will get 2 degrees of freedom. Here we will get 2 degrees of freedom. What will be the degrees of freedom? In the first case, The first case, when we calculated between the column, when we calculated between the columns, how much we have calculated? 20. Is it clear or not? Between the
Yes,
column
sir.
जब हम
Within.
calculate किए थे, what is the value of between the column variance is 20. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
So in this case, what will be our degrees of freedom? In this case, we are taking the category, one column, second column, third column, or training method 1, training method 2, training method 3. So here our n is equal to 3. So degrees of freedom will be n minus 1, that is equal to 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. Is it clear? Everybody, किसको problem है? I will take some time from Shweta madam. I think she has joined, but everybody is clear.
Yes, sir.
Between the column variance में how we have calculated the degrees of freedom? The degrees of freedom here we have calculated the same formula, which is equal to n minus 1. Now here what is the n? Here n is equal to 3. Why it is 3? Because there are 3 training methods. Training method 1, training method 2, and training method 3. Because we are taking 3 column. So training method 1 represents column 1. Training method 2 represents column 2. Training method 3 represents column 3. So since there are 3 categories or 3 types of training method, so n is equal to 3. So 3 minus 1, it is equal to 2. Now degrees of freedom for the first case is equal to 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
In case of second category, we are calculating the degrees of freedom within the sample. So how many sample are there? Total number of samples कितना है second category में? Total sample कितना है?
Total number of sample तो सर 16 होगा.
16 है, 16 है, but how many columns are there? Columns are is equal to 3 है, because there are 3 columns we have taken. So total sample minus 3 columns that we have taken into our consideration. So 16 minus 3 is equal to 13. So in first case, 13. Is it clear?
Yes,
So in
sir.
the first case, our degree of freedom is equal to 2. In the second case, our degrees of freedom is 13. So if we find that value from the table, when you go to the table, हमको degrees of freedom चाहिए to find out the value. So if we go to the F table, which is there in case of statistics book, and it will be given in our examination, then what will happen? When the alpha is equal to 0.05 and degrees of freedom is equal to 2 and 13, then value of F we calculated, we got from the table comes to be, it comes to be 3.81. That is the critical value that we obtain from table. Normally, in case of examination, it will be given to you because you may not calculate. The value will be given to you in case of examination. That is the tabular value of F. Now, if you see the table,
Sir,
हाँ बोलो, हाँ बोलो.
सर अल्फा के बाद क्या बोले सर? और रिपीट करिए.
If we want to find the tabular value of F, now calculated value of F we got. We have calculated the value of F, which is equal to 1.354. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now, in order to find the tabular value of F, then we have to consider 2 things into consideration. One is the level of significance and the degrees of freedom. Level of significance already it is given in the problem, which is equal to 0.05 or 5%, and the degrees of freedom we have to calculate it. In this case, we have calculated that is the first one is equal to 2 and the second one is equal to 13. So when the level of significance is equal to 0.05 and the degrees of freedom is 2 and 13, in that case the value of F which you will get from the tabular value is equal to 3.81. This value normally in case of examination it will be given to you because you cannot calculate from the table. But you can calculate the degrees of freedom, you can calculate the F ratio, but you cannot get the tabular value. It will be given in case of examination. Is it clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
if we compare the calculated value of F and the tabular value of F, it will seem that it is coming in the acceptance region. So look to my figure. It is coming in the acceptance region. So we will accept the null hypothesis. That means mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3. That means there is no significant difference in the effect of the training method. कोई भी ट्रेनिंग मेथड अगर हम लेते हैं, ट्रेनिंग मेथड 1, ट्रेनिंग मेथड 2, ट्रेनिंग मेथड 3, अगर हम प्रोडक्शन में यूज करते हैं और इन टू फाइंड द प्रोडक्टिविटी, कोई भी ट्रेनिंग मेथड में ऐसे कुछ सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस नहीं है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल दैट आई हैव टेकन how the F statistics or ANOVA is applied, and I have given an example to understand you. So I think this is sufficient. This slide is already given in case of online portal. So please read that one. If you have any problem, please ask to me. Clear?
What is acceptance of reason of acceptance, sir?
You see that what is our calculated value? Calculated value is what is our calculated value?
1.354.
1.354. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is our tabulated value? 3.81. So it is coming. If you see, this is coming under acceptance region. Is it clear?
सर एक्सेप्टेंस रीजन में कैसे आ रहा है सर, वही थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए.
एफ वैल्यू कहां पर है?
मतलब-
यहाँ पे जो फिगर को देखिए, दिस इज द एफ वैल्यू. जो एफ वैल्यू है और एफ कर्व जो है, दिस इज जस्ट लाइक ए नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. एफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स जो है और एफ टेबल जो है, इट इज फॉलो ए नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. सो इट इज बेसिकली अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 0.05. So in this case, our F value has been given as the critical value is 3.81. So 3.81 में कितना है? इसमें है जो ग्रीन में मैंने लगा है 3.81 है और कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू 1.354. सो ये एक्सेप्टेंस रीजन में पड़ रहा है, डू नॉट रिजेक्ट रीजन में पड़ रहा है, इसलिए वी विल एक्सेप्ट द नल हाइपोथेसिस. इज इट क्लियर? नहीं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है?
सर एक्सेप्टेंस रीजन में कब आएगा और एक्सेप्टेंस रीजन में कैसे नहीं आएगा सर, वो चीज बस नहीं समझ में आ रहा
ये
है.
इसमें
सारा
बात
चीज-
क्लियर है. यहाँ पे 3.81 कहां पर है? ये जो पिक्चर शुरू हुआ है जहां पे शेडेड पर्सन है, ये शेडेड पर्सन है, दिखा है आप लोग ने? मेरा कर्सर चल
Yes,
रहा है,
sir.
देख पा रहे हैं आप लोग?
सर येलो कलर से जो सेटेड है ना.
हाँ, शेडेड, वहीं पे जो है स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है. दिस इज द क्रिटिकल पॉइंट और टेबुलेटेड वैल्यू व्हिच इज कमिंग अंडर 3.81. इज इट क्लियर? बट आवर कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू इज 1.354. सो उसका अंदर आता है, अगर ये 0 है, पहले से 0 लेते हैं, सो 0 बाद 1 आएगा, 2 आएगा, 3 आएगा, फिर 3.81 आएगा. दैट मीन्स द कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू lies within the tabulated value. That means we will accept the acceptance region में है. That means we will accept the null hypothesis. क्योंकि रिजेक्शन रीजन
So,
में
मतलब-
नहीं है. हाँ बोलो.
ज्यादा आता है तो एक्सेप्टेंस रीजंस में नहीं होता.
कहाँ पे ज्यादा आता है? कौन सा ज्यादा आता है?
मान लीजिए अगर ज्यादा आता तो
हाँ, अगर
एक्सेप्टेंस
ज्यादा
रीजन
आता
में
है
नहीं
तो
होता.
वो
यही
एक्सेप्टेंस रीजन में नहीं रहेगा, वो रिजेक्शन रीजन में
हाँ,
रहेगा.
सर.
अगर रिजेक्शन रीजन में
Now
रहेगा तो we will reject null hypothesis.
यस सर, वी विल रिजेक्ट.
Reject
यस
null
सर.
है. अगर null hypothesis का हम रिजेक्ट करेंगे तो क्या मिलेगा? देयर इज सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस है. ट्रेनिंग मेथड 1, ट्रेनिंग मेथड 2, ट्रेनिंग मेथड 3 में ईच ट्रेनिंग मेथड का जो डिफरेंस है उसका भी इम्पैक्ट है प्रोडक्शन का ऊपर, प्रोडक्टिविटी का ऊपर. इज इट क्लियर नाउ?
यस सर, नाउ क्लियर.
क्लियर. सो आप लोग पढ़िए, स्लाइड में ऑलरेडी आई हैव गिवन इन द पोर्टल. स्लाइड आप लोग पढ़िए, फिर भी अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है देन यू कैन आस्क टू मी एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस साइड बिकॉज मैडम ऑलरेडी हैज एंटर्ड. सो आई हैव ऑलरेडी टेकन 2 minutes more, 5 minutes more. So I'll stop here. Any doubt from your side? Any question? If you have any question, you can ask to me. Don't worry, you can call to me and you can ask to me. ठीक है? So I'll stop here.
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
Okay.